There has been a lot of prep and time spent to get to this point, but this is where we're gonna start to see a lot of the stuff for the 964 come together. As you guys know, I've partnered with eBay Motors on this build, and it has made it amazing being able to get all these awesome parts that you guys are gonna see the process of getting on this motor and in the car. Pretty big combo here of both new OEM parts, aftermarket parts, and even OE replacements. Pretty much the whole array you can find on eBay Motors. There's plenty of options to choose from. What we're gonna get started with is some pretty cool valve covers from a company called Renline. So I was able to get these, and they have matching timing covers right here. And one of the decisions that I kind of needed to make is I didn't realize I picked up an OEM gasket kit that comes with pretty much everything to reseal the heads. It actually came with hardware, but I had to decide, like, do I want to use the zinc plated hardware, or do I want to use just the fresh OE hardware? I think I'm gonna use this just because it'll match all the other zinc on the engine. The nice thing is, some new aluminum washers going on there too. Now moving on to the timing cover, I'm gonna hand put in all these studs first. Just basically hand snug, and then I'll get everything else lined up. While you guys are doing lash on this side, I'm gonna start to get this tin on, that way I can get all the power steering stuff bolted up. Look how good this looks. Nice prismatic powder stone black. This guy will go on right here. Look at that. We are finally coming to the West Coast with the LZ World Tour, and we will see you at Kern Raceway in Bakersfield, California, March 23rd and March 24th. 2 days of fast-paced competition with the homies, fantasy battles, exhibition laps, an insane car show, and much, much more. We got a few different seating options and extremely limited VIP tickets, so head over to lzworldtour.com and get your tickets before it's too late. After a bunch of stuff that doesn't really make you feel like you're getting anywhere, it is so sick to see this thing with the Renline timing and valve covers on there, the painted fan, the Cerakoted housing. Everything's starting to come together. Once that shroud goes on top too, it's gonna clean it up even more. But I learned the wiring harness is gonna go on, I guess kind of as a combo of when the shroud goes on, since it doesn't fit through that hole. So I'll get it wired up in the shroud, attach it here, and then everything should lay down how it's supposed to. I don't really have any idea how all these coil wires go, so it's kind of guess and check right now, but they really only line up one way. I got this cool piece, another thing off eBay Motors that's made by a company called Renline. This is a carbon fiber, I don't know what we call it, like a wire cover, but I had the guys do a satin clear on it just because I'm not a huge fan of gloss carbon fiber, and I feel like this kind of looks a little bit more expensive. So this guy will go up right on here with the wires in it and kind of hide everything, keep it tucked up. Has these little grommets underneath. Pop it on.
We're on this side. Wow.
Right?
That fell right in.
This thing looks gangster. Sheesh. Just look at it, dude. Someone's gonna comment and be like, yo, you forgot this thing here before the crank pulley.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we know. We know. There's we ordered a couple more things off eBay Motors. Will be here on Monday, and then we'll get to finish up the front of the motor. We got a little bit ahead of ourselves there. We may have forgotten an important thing on the intake. Dun, 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 dun. That's why it felt so good on there. It just went. It just went. Boing.
Yeah, literally. It's like me with the oil tubes.
Yep.
I was gonna ask, but like, isn't there something in between it?
The engine looks amazing, and unfortunately, there's a bunch of ugly stuff I still need to put in the front of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mock everything up because I feel like I'm gonna end up wanting to powder coat some things that are right now aluminum. I wasn't intending for this engine to have like a blackout look, but that's kind of what it is right now, and I kind of really dig it. This ugly thing's gonna need to be going back in my distributor. Down the road, I would love to do what Jimmy did and make my own harness, put a link on this thing, but that's just another variable thrown at it. So right now, it'll be super simple. Keep the big ugly distributor. Now you need to stab this and like to get it in the correct orientation. So this is literally just sitting here until I do that correctly.
In all honesty, it really doesn't look that bad now that everything else has been cleaned up.
No, and I could probably vapor hone this if I wanted to shine it up a little bit, but you're right, it doesn't look that bad. The biggest thing that's going to look ugly is when I stick this thing on there. There's a lot of shine. So I need to pull the crank pulley off, and then I can like properly mock this up. But this essentially, it's going to sit like that.
Still, it doesn't look terrible.
I know, it's just weird because it's the only shiny thing.
I know.
Well, I'll mock it up, and then we'll make a call from there. So this is where I realized that my lengths here might be wrong. I don't remember how this routes. Would this be underneath it probably? I just don't have enough slack. And to pull slack, I need to undo this. I just need to remember where these go. I don't know how much slack I have. Get this.
Oh, they clip in there.
Yeah, the other style is actually a little bit easier because I could have pulled them through.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I almost want to do this after. I think that'll make the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly where they're supposed to sit. So this is my factory engine carrier right here. I didn't powder coat it because I'm not intending to use it. As you can see, it's kind of thin sheet metal. When you go to stiffer engine mounts, they have a tendency to crack or break. So I went with a tubular one made by Renline. This is gonna be stronger, it's a little bit lighter, and it's also pretty. So I'm gonna mock all this up, and this will kind of give us an idea of how much of everything we're seeing. Like that already hides a lot of the aluminum right off rip.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we live in Florida, so deleting AC, not an option. This guy is gonna go just like this. Maybe not.
Looks about right, I think, of course.
I would venture to say it's not correct. There's no way the AC lines are facing down, right?
No, they were facing up just like that.
I wonder if this goes first, probably.
It looks like it has a little, this carve out here for the bottom of this to rest in.
Yep.
Yeah, that make it a sense.
All right, so if I were to do anything, I would have to do this and this in black. But then that would leave the, so I've seen people paint the AC compressor black. I could technically Cerakote it.
Mm-hmm.
Which could be kind of cool.
Is there a chance of it not working if it gets coated?
Cerakote, no. Because I can use air cure Cerakote. Wouldn't need to go in the oven.
Okay.
Powder coat, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Vapor hone, I'd be a little scared.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because it's like actually pretty clean. So I'd like kind of feel guilty Cerakoting it.
I feel like there are certain things that are okay to leave clean raw aluminum.
Yeah, it's just like that silver thing just sticking out on the side. Like imagine if I Cerakoted the distributor too. It would just all sink into itself. It's time to start messing with this beautiful unit. Obviously, I've shared with you guys a lot of the amazing new parts I've been able to find on eBay Motors, but this was one of the pieces that was crucial to the manual swap that was pretty hard to find, and they had a used pedal box for a manual 964 for sale. I'll show you the listing here. It wasn't in great condition, so I sent it out to my buddy Mike Miller over at New JDM, and he was very meticulous about cleaning this thing up, powder coating things need to be powder coating, painting, vapor honing, zinc coating to get everything looking as factory fresh as possible. One of those things you'll probably never see, but fortunately or unfortunately enough, in these videos there are, I was gonna say millions of people, but it's, you know, lately the views are down, so a few 100,000 people are gonna see this pedal box that no one else will ever see again. So to be able to appreciate the craftsmanship of someone like Mike, it's pretty dang cool. You too, bud. Still gotta glue the carpet back, don't judge.
There's your sound system. Look at that, dude. Panasonic.
I actually need to rip that out.
Wow.
Let's see what we're working with. So this thing appears as if it slides over this, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, there's like a strap. This is so interesting. It's always so weird to me that they're floor-mounted pedals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what does it look like? We need some Phillips. Oh, all the sound deadening's just crumbling apart as I look at it.
That's a piece of wood. That's actually a piece of wood.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
Things you don't normally see. Nothing's been brittle in this car so far, but all this stuff seems to be pretty sensitive. All right, look at that. We've got our pedal stuff. So now we should be able to unbolt this. The gas pedal is separate. too bad. So we've got the old unit, then we've got the new unit. There's a DIY that I've been referencing. I'll put a link in the description to it that a subscriber actually sent me that I think is going to be very useful at this moment in time, because there's some electric stuff up in here, like this brake switch, as well as another module up there that I don't know what it goes to, that might require some rewiring to make everything happy. So we'll go ahead and look, see what's entailed with that. I couldn't figure out what this thing was, and then I realized. You know what it is, Michael?
No clue.
I'll give you a hint. It goes behind the gas pedal.
Is it the bracket for the gas pedal?
It's a kickdown switch.
Oh, that's fine.
Automatic car. Because I'm like, I couldn't find this on any diagrams. I'm like, what the heck is this thing? So, won't be needing that. Ironically, it goes right in place of where the clutch master is now. So, everything looks pretty good. I think I'll just be able to bolt it right up in there. Let her eat. Pedals are in. Actually, not as bad as I thought. Look at that. Bruh, I pulled the carpet out. What the actual dude?
What is going on with that?
Oh man, the radio is not a concern of mine, but also that carpet can't go back in until I take that out. Wow.
It's crazy to think that you had no idea that was there the entire time.
It's like they did a great job taping the wires down. That is ridiculous. All right, so what I'm doing now, I'm peeling the carpet back. I'm torn about this. There's obviously no transmission here, so it's not like there's a lot of heat or anything. But I do kind of want to put sound deadening back in, just because I'm worried the carpet's not going to glue down. It's going to be all wavy here. So what I'm going to do is cut and get a nice flat edge, and then put some aftermarket sound deadening to kind of fill in the voids, and then see how that lays. Everyone's going to say, oh, you know, the RSs didn't have sound deadening. Guess what? It's not an RS. I'm hoping the carpet will stick to this better than what was in there before. That's the idea behind this, at least. It does look a lot more legit than I thought it was going to. The sound is much more dead now.
Yeah, I can really tell.
Josh is gonna give me a hand with seam seal on this thing. So, you know, the funny thing is I didn't even really think much about taping at first. I probably, I guess it makes sense to keep it clean.
Boards and stuff.
And that's just to get a nice square line with the seam sealer.
Yeah. More cleaner.
The nice thing is everything's already so clean from dry ice.
Exactly. Make it easier.
Yeah.
We should put some on the plate.
Oh, so it doesn't
Spread out, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Up to you, but it will be cleaner.
Yeah. What we're using is some German Worth. All right. Brush that stuff up on in there. All right. Time to make this car worth more. Am I good to slobber them on?
Sure. On that side is good.
Yeah, that's it.
Is it easy?
I mean, I don't know. I've never done. I don't really have anything to compare it to, you know. You know, I almost feel like just using my finger and smudging in would almost be more controllable.
Yeah.
So technically, by doing this, then it's all sealed off, so you don't really need to seal up the top edges, right?
I will seal it because
Yeah.
it's slightly loose.
Got it.
Yeah.
Just so it can't wiggle. Quick look from down below. It's funny, we're being so meticulous about how it looks, and then I looked elsewhere on the car, and I'm like, all right, how do they do their seam sealing? And they're just like splotching it on. Like, look at this. There's no rhyme or reason. Look at that. They just slap it on everywhere. They don't care. Now we could leave a hard line, but I'm gonna attempt to do my best to blend it. Even though it's going from like beige to gray, I'm gonna see how it looks. Hopefully it looks good. I don't know. Not great. And this guy's here, there's a foot type, and this guy. Can you hear it?
Good.
Yeah? Let me hear it. This stuff sprays so weird. I like how it has a little bit of texture to it. It actually is pretty easy to blend.
Yeah.
Stuff like kind of fills pretty well. Color matches the seam sealer pretty good. That looks good. I like how it's blended there. That looks good.
I think it's good. It look good. Like over here, it's nice and smooth, and you don't see no hard line or any
I'm
difference.
worried I'm gonna have a little bit of a hard line.
Oh, you mean over here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
I can probably just untape that right now.
Yeah.
Everywhere else I feel like I got a good blend, but
Mm-hmm.
the nozzle spring crooked.
Yeah.
You think that's weird with my finger wipe?
No.
You know, it's funny, I just realized all of the attention to detail to try to get it to look as good as possible. And there's literally a panel that is gonna cover all of this up. We know. You know, color could have been a little bit better, but at least it's protected. And now it's ready for manual. All right, so finishing touches to the engine, we wound up doing what I call the big U in stone black. Now it should just kind of vanish into thin air as this thing gets mounted up to it. And then the Cerakoted AC compressor with my little modification, which you guys will see in the next video, is gonna clean up this engine a ton. We'll drop right on top, and there we go. I was really on the fence about doing it black at first, but I think I'm sold. Especially with like how it kind of ties everything together. I think the only thing, obviously a belt's gonna go here, so you're not gonna see this little bit in here. I get nervous painting because I don't want the belt to slip. However, I do think I'm gonna like just trim black this little edge here. But that's pretty much our final look of what this thing's gonna look like before it goes in. I'm gonna say with 70% confidence, the next video, actually I'm gonna say with 100% confidence. I'm gonna say with 70% confidence that this thing is gonna be in the car running today, but I'm gonna say with 100% confidence that the next video you see on it, which obviously isn't gonna be today, the car will be running. So I'm excited to hear what it's gonna sound like with a little cam in it. What I'm doing for an exhaust still isn't fully decided yet, so we'll probably be just hearing this thing open header temporarily, but we'll still get to kind of get a vibe of what it's gonna sound like. And hopefully we'll see if I did a good job or if I should quit working on Porsches. So hopefully it's the first one. Yeah, it's been a cool process kind of learning this thing, and what was first very daunting now it just feels like a SR20 with 2 more cylinders. So I'm a little bit more inspired to maybe pick up another car in the future, and if it has leaks, now I know. I probably don't even need to pull the engine. A lot of the stuff that we did, we could have done in the car. Fun fact, the tubes down here that were leaking on my car, if you didn't want to go through the process of pulling the cam towers like we did, they actually make a collapsible one that you're able to do in the car. That way you don't need to pull the cam tower off. But obviously we did it the right way. We pulled it out. I wanted to go over everything, clean it up, and thanks to us, we got a plethora of parts at our disposal through eBay Motors. So once again, I'm massively appreciative of them of sponsoring this build. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am to hear this thing run. Bruh, I pulled the carpet out. What the actual dude?
What is going on with that?
Oh man, the radio is not a concern of mine, but also that carpet can't go back in until I take that out. Wow.
It's crazy to think that you had no idea that was there the entire time.
It's like they did a great job taping the wires down.